Join us on BCCTV for a new series titled Community Circles.
It's diversity, resilience, and the spirit of community.
You know, who has inspired you and why their story is important.
Person is supposed to be sitting in the bus and have a white person.
I think that you should say that because I'm thinking of Marcus Mosiah Garvey.
Welcome to Community Circle. Okay, I have Mr. Gupta here. Mr. Gupta, you want to represent Mississauga East, Cookville.
Yes.
As your MP?
Yes.
My, oh my, why do you want to do this, man? First and foremost, what do you do? Are you a businessman? So why do you want to run for this office?
Yeah, no, I am not a businessman. I actually work in a software company. I do software sales, and my background is in 22 years I've done finance strategy, financial management, and tech strategy for large companies. So some of the example is two of the big banks in Canada use the financial management system I built. One of the largest Fortune 50 companies use one of the budgeting system I built, which allowed them to save $1 billion in expenses in 1 year.
Wow.
Yeah. Okay. I'll answer the first question, why I'm running. So I actually had a comfortable life and everything was going great. But what really got me interested into politics is when our government started implementing emergency laws on Canadian citizens, which has never happened in any G7 country. It's really opened my eyes. So I started looking at why is our government really doing that? Is it really democracy? Is it really freedom that we live for? And I started looking at, hey, what's happening out in the world? So when I started looking out, I looked at all the party platforms, I looked at what all the leaders were saying, and what Maxine was saying kind of resonated with me because this is the party that stands for freedom and this is the party that stands for Canadians. I am talking to a lot of residents now who are scared about crime. I've talked to parents whose kids cannot get jobs. I've talked to people who have tired of waiting in hospitals.
Hi Prince, and hi to your audience. My name is Dr. Vigeesh Sabharwal.
Dr. Vigeesh.
And I am a dental surgeon. I am running in King Vaughan riding, and I hope that we
as an MP?
As an MP,
Interesting.
and I am hoping that I could give you and your viewers some information about myself, about my background, about what I intend to do when I go to Ottawa.
Wow. Now, one major question I want to ask you that what sets the PPC apart from other federal parties? And how do you plan to attract disillusioned voters?
The PPC party is the only federal party which believes that government should be smaller and should work for the people as opposed to the other way around. It is a party which allows individuals to prosper. It is not a party which gets in the way of prosperity.
Really?
I have served my riding for the last 24 years as a dental surgeon. I've served my people in the capacity of taking care of their oral health. I have served them with honesty. I have served them with integrity. I've served them with good volition. I will continue to serve the people of King Vaughan, perhaps not in the capacity of a dental surgeon, but in the capacity of being their voice.
Now, a political surgeon.
Or nothing. How long did you stay for? 48 hours? Okay, go. No CBSA officer comes out of the booth to check your vehicle. That's how the drugs and the illegal firearms are coming in the trucks, in the cars that is coming. And this is the crisis that we have in our Canada today, my dear friends. We need to stop that. The only person who can do this is our leader, Maxime Bernier. We cannot afford to sit idle while our streets become less safe. Every family deserves to feel secure in the neighborhood, to walk their streets without fear. This is not just a political issue. It's a matter of life and death for our community. Our community is not safe. Our senior citizens are not safe. They fear to walk on the streets by themselves. The PPC stands against all form of discrimination regardless of a religion, color or creed. Our leader, Mr. Maxime Bernier, is not here to pander. He's here for all of us because we are all Canadians first. As your candidate of Brampton East, I promise to prioritize public safety. We will advocate for responsible gun legislation to ensure that communities are protected. We fight for the resources for our law enforcement need to keep crime in check. Together, as we build Brampton, where everyone feels safe and secure, where families can thrive without shadow of violence looming over them, my dear friends, your choice is no other than PPC Party of Canada. Right in your city, right in your town, my 6 candidates, all ridings are filled up. And I'm proud to say that my honorable leader, Mr. Maxime Bernier, December 14th, when he says, Jeff, you have all the right to choose the candidates, and I'm proud to say that I filled up all the seats, Mr. Bernier. I just like to acknowledge my Brampton candidates. I call the name. Brampton Chinguzi, Mr. J.D. J.H. Brambert, if you can please come at the podium. Let's give all these guys a round of applause, please. Brampton Center, Simi Handel. Come on, music, don't let the music go down. Brampton, North Canada, Mr. Sat Anand. Brampton South, Mr. Vijay Clare. I think Vijay is, I think he told me by 2:30 he'll be here, so he's not here yet. And Brampton West, Amit Sonic. I think Amit is not here as well. These are ours, including myself, with the 6 candidates for the Brampton riding. That's the first time that has ever filled all the 6 ridings of Brampton, and we will make a difference to the PPC Party of Canada. At the same time, I will call upon, from Mississauga, Amit Gupta from Mississauga, Cooksville. Mississauga Senator Gurpreet. King Vaughan, Mr. Bagesh Abrawal. Milton East Halton, Mr. Walter Hoffman. Am I missing any other candidates, please? Yes. Oh, Nathan Quinlan from Mississauga South, Mississauga Malton. So please, if you please come forward. My dear friends, come on, let's give them all a round of applause. It takes a lot of courage. It takes a lot of courage to be a candidate. The family time. You have sacrificed your work or your business. Money doesn't matter, that's one thing. But just to have the courage to come out in the public, to be the candidate, that takes a lot. And these, all of them have shown the courage. Once again, my dear friends, let's give them the biggest round of applause and the music for all these fellow candidates. energy, because now it shows that you guys are all motivated. We are during the election time, my dear friends. This is no more doing campaigning about making members. We are right in the middle of election of 2025. That's why we have our leader here, because I love Max, I love you.
Guys, I want you guys to give Max a big round of applause, and I'll tell you why as I speak. He ran for the conservative leadership, and I don't want to get into details of how those results came and what the results were. We all know that he truly won that night, but we just don't want to be those individuals, irrespective of what the party's in power and who's projected to be #1 in the polls. It's not about the Liberals, it's not about the Conservatives, it's not about the NDP. It's about Canada. And they're like, we want to stand up for the country that gave us everything.
One more time. BBC. Right? So it's all about the people. It's all about you. It's all about, we all talk in our bedrooms, we all talk about in dining rooms, the pain that we all are suffering or going through. Whether it's affordability, whether it's about immigration, whether it's about the crime rate, but it's about the change that we can bring, right, by going to the ballot and putting that vote. So it's all about you showing up that day and making that change. It's all about the people.
Hi everyone, I'm Mr. Bernier. It's a pleasure meeting you. It was the first time today I met you, and you have a great personality and great policies for the PPC Party of Canada. Thank you for giving us this lovely platform so we can all raise our voice. Thank you so much. So I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Hazel Simi Hundal, and I come from a Sikh family. Now, a lot of people think that this party don't accept any other religion, but there is no discrimination in this party at all. First of all, I would like to clear that. And another thing I would like to mention is today, I want to talk about drugs. I don't know why. All this crime, everything's happening. It's happening when people are all drugged up, when they take wrong stuff, narcotics and things like that. I mean, we have to fix this problem. Like Mr. Bernier has given us this lovely platform so we can raise our voice. So what are we waiting for? We should all raise our voice. We have this lovely opportunity, and we should not miss this opportunity. And like Jeffrey said, let's talk about solutions. There is a solution. So let's implement it. What are we waiting for? Let's all implement.
I'm a chemical engineer. I'm a simple man, and I want to live in a simple life. I came from US. I was there for 10 years. But when people started coming here in Canada, they said Canada was the best country to live in 35 years ago. And that time it was 7 years continuously. Canada was declared the best country to live in. I moved in here. And now you see, violence, drugs, shooting. You are not safe in your house. At that time, we were not locking our doors. Now even if we lock our doors, we don't know at night time who's coming and knocking our door and asking for the car key. And they ask for the car key, take the car and go. And now what the police is saying is, keep the car key in your car so that they don't come inside your house.
Hello, how you doing, ma'am?
I'm doing great.
Oh my goodness, I can see that. It's evident, right? So please introduce yourself to my viewers.
My name is Hazel Simi Hundal, and I'm running from Brampton Centre for People's Party of Canada.
Brampton Centre. Now, this is interesting. So I am sure that you have a lot of strong opponents. Yes. So how are you trying to dislodge every one of them?
Well, I'm not scared from the opponents at all. There is always a challenge, and I love challenges.
Oh, she loves challenges.
We have great policies in our party, so there is a great chances of winning. I mean, right now is the right time to raise our voice because we are going through so many difficult times and issues right now.
Interesting. Now, what will be the selling points for you and for your party, to clinch this
Well,
victory?
there's taxes, first of all, then the housing market, and the crime. Very, very, very poor healthcare system. I know someone who was waiting for like an operation, and it didn't go through, and the kid, basically the child, passed away. And it's very crucial times right now. We need more police officers on the road, as the crime rate has really gone up.
Now, before I let you go, how would you respond to critics who say that the PPC is too small to make a meaningful impact in Canadian politics?
Well, good thing comes in small packages, so I don't care. It's the best party. It's a very, very true party where you can basically you can approach us. It's a party. It's not a very difficult that you cannot approach us. If we win, it's very easy to approach us. Like a lot of other parties, it's very difficult. People, once they get elected, they just go on the missing list, and they get on hiding. Because they think they get elected, and that's it. We're not here for name and fame. We're here to do we want to be the real servants for the Canadians.
Hi, and I'm Nathan Quinlan, and I'm running for Mississauga Malton.
Mississauga Malton, as an MP?
Yes, for the People's Party of Canada.
Interesting. I have a lot of MPs here today, and it's nice having one from Milton. I was in Milton a few days ago, and
we need to get all the media attention we can.
Interesting.
CBC ignore us. CTV, all the networks ignore us.
They ignored.
So guess what? You get a lot of content from us.
They didn't think you guys are up to to make a difference.
I don't know.
They weren't confident enough.
I don't know.
Okay, and most of your colleagues have said, heavy things, big things come in small package, right? Sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, yes.
So tell me, let me ask, what sets this party apart from other federal parties?
Well, the barrier at entry is very low. It's the case where if you wanted to join something like the Liberal or NDP, you have to have a lot of money backing you in order to do anything. For the People's Party of Canada, it's literally People's Party. And, well, we don't have to have a whole lot of money to join the party. All you have to have is no criminal record. And for the most part, if you're a good candidate, you can actually run for the party.
So what's unique about you coming into this race?
For me, it's the case where I'm just a regular employee. I have a regular job, I work my regular job, and then I do this now for my spare time. I'm not a lawyer, I'm not a banker, I'm not, out there to, win business for, myself or anything like that. I want to go door to door, I want to talk to people.
So how's the response?
The response has been interesting.
Really?
And it's the case where out of 800 doors or so that I had to knock on to get my certification papers, you talk to people and you can find out that, yes, a great many people come down to price of housing, price of food, price of everyday items.
Hey friends, I'm Andy D'Andrea.
Andy, how are you doing?
Excellent.
Oh, interesting. Andy is also one of the MP candidates. So tell us about you. May we meet you?
Tell us about me?
Yeah, and the riding, where you're contesting, where you...
Okay, so I'm running for the PPC in the riding of Etobicoke North.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Etobicoke, how is the reception presently?
At the door, I think the reception is, people don't know about the PPC. So when they see the main points on the card, they're very, very intrigued. People want to get to know more. And I think for the most part, people are, cautious to get to know it. And the big problem is Maxime Bernier is not getting any attention on the TV, so they're not seeing him. And so people are cautious.
Why is it so?
Oh, I think it's on purpose. I think as soon as Maxime's message gets out on the mainstream, there'll be a flood of people to go to Maxime Bernier and the PPC.
But the media is open to everyone. So I'm not sure. I don't want to suspect that there's politics being played in the media as well. I don't know. You tell me.
No. I think your kind of media is a media of the future, because I believe more and more people are starting to see basically all the media are they're spinning a narrative. It's like they're all talking about the same points, talking points, maybe with on the surface a little different nuances, but they don't dig in deep, and it looks like they're aligned with the politicians. So I don't know if they agree with what the main parties are saying, or if it's the media that's dictating what the politicians are saying. But definitely Maxime Bernier does not talk like a regular politician.
Contract. It's not your choice, but you have to. This is not Canada of our dream. We have a leader, Honorable Maxime Bernier. I will say with forces, leader with confidence, leader with courage, leader with care, who cares Canada and Canadian first. That term was coined in 2018 or 2019 by none other than Maxime Bernier. Other parties captured and they follow. No tax, no carbon tax. That's one of the policies. Right now, they have just switched from whatever percent to geo, but they can again raise. But in our policy, there is no carbon tax. Just bring yourself back from Paris Accord. That's our policy. One more thing. People's Party of Canada is not against immigrants. Otherwise, in a dozen of candidates here, there are more than 7 or 8 candidates from different parts of the world. So we would like to request you to support all the candidates
who have selected such a wonderful roster of candidates. I'd like to thank Mr. Maxime Bernier. I was in Halifax at the Conservative Party convention when we saw what happened. I was there. I would like to, of course, thank this gentleman here, Mr. Jeff Lal, who is a true visionary. He is the first person who brought all the candidates together. Just like our party will bring all Canadians together. I am not only going to address the people in this room. I am not only going to address the people of my riding in King Vaughan. I am not only going to address the people who live in the province of Ontario. I wish to spread my message to every single Canadian from coast to coast to coast. I'm not going to talk about pain today. I'm going to tell you a story, a glorious story, a story of this beautiful country, Canada. In 1972, a young man packed his bags and left his homeland to come to the promised nation of Canada. He came here and he had a dream. His destination was supposed to be Toronto, but unfortunately, he landed in Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. He came to the immigration officer, and the immigration officer said to him, "Why are you here?" That gentleman said, "I'm here to make a better future. I am here so I can work hard and have a great life." That man, that immigration officer, said, "Where in Canada do you want to go?" The gentleman replied, "I want to go to Toronto." He goes, "You're in the wrong place. You're not in Toronto. You're in Yarmouth." That young man said, that immigrant said, "How will I get to Toronto? I have no money." The Canadian immigration officer gave him $20. And he said, "This is my name, this is my address. You go to Toronto, you get a job. When you have money, you send this money back." 1972, that man came to Toronto. That man found a job. That man in 1975 got married. That man in 1975 had a son. That man worked hard. That man was an honest man. That man raised 2 beautiful children. That man lived the real Canadian dream. Where is that Canadian dream? That man's son is here. That man's son is here. He raised a good human being, a good Canadian.
Thank you so much, Jeff, and so glad, so proud to be part of the PPC. Want to tell you a quick story. I wound up in Ottawa during the convoy, and what I saw there just shook me right to the core. I came home and I got on my computer to try and understand what just happened. Where did I just come from? And I got on the screen and I saw a man by the name of James Topp. And he said that I've been in the Army for 28 years and they want to kick me out without any pension because I won't get a vaccine. So he started walking across. How many know James Topp? Have you heard this story? He started walking across all the way from Vancouver, across the Rocky Mountains, across the prairies. And when I saw that, I said, I'm going to join this man in Sudbury. I was 7 years old at the time, but I said, I can do this. And I started training. And for 10 weeks, 5 days a week, I started walking 30, 40, 50 kilometers a day. Not a week, but every day. I said, if I go up and join him in Sudbury and walk with him the next 500 kilometers to Ottawa, there's no way this guy's going to leave me behind because I'm too tired or I'm too sore. So I started practicing in the last week of my training. I did 50 kilometers a day for 5 days in a row, and I said to myself, I'm ready to do this. But I want to tell you one quick story about what happened to me, and this is something that really changed my whole concept about politics and everything else. I was walking one day and I put on about 20, 30 kilometers a day, and I got home and I noticed that the heel of one of my running shoes was missing. I thought, oh boy, what am I going to do now? So I thought, well, I don't have time to go out and buy another pair of running shoes. I'll just use the same running shoes tomorrow and I can do one more trip. So I did it again. And wouldn't you know it, as I was walking, there was my heel. I found my heel. So that was great. So I got home and I thought, well, I'll fix this later on. And I took my shoes off and I noticed the other heel was missing. So I went walking again the next day. Jeff, this is true, don't laugh. I'm telling you the truth. This happened. So I walked the next day and I found my second heel. I thought, well, this is wonderful, so you know, it'll be okay. I'm telling you the truth, folks. 3 days in a row, I got home that night and the sole of my shoe, the front part of the bottom of my shoe, it was missing, and I found that the next day. Now the other sole, this is important, the other sole stayed on my shoe. And I ripped it off later because I thought I'd lose it, and I could hardly rip it off, it was on so tight. Here's what I'm getting at. When I took those two heels and that sole and glued them back on my shoes Saturday afternoon, I believe God spoke to my heart. And this is what he said, Walter, you have 2 heels and 1 sole. You have 2 feet and 1 sole. And I began to think about this, and God spoke to my heart and said, you're not going to win this fight with just 2 feet. Just doing everything you can like it all depends on you, and not include me. And you're not going to win this fight by not doing something and just sitting in your bedroom all day praying. It takes the two to work together. And God spoke to my heart and said, Walter, if you'll put your feet to work and do it all that you can with your strength, and at the same time pray and believe me for miracles, then we can work together and this is going to win. And that's where I'm at today, and that's what I want to leave with you folks. Folks, we're talking here about we're going to do this and we're going to do that. You know what that is? That's the 2 heels. We're going to do everything. Jeff, we're going to do everything we can to make this work. Everything, whatever it takes. Folks, please, He needs volunteers. We all need volunteers. I'm from Milton, Georgetown. You know anybody there? Anybody know anybody from Milton, Georgetown? Please call them up and say, Walter is your guy. He needs volunteers. And he needs money. He needs money. We're not talking much about money today. I'm not going to, somebody here, can I get a little bit of money from your writing? He's got, look at all the money he's got. I don't have that kind of money. So come on. I promise you a tax receipt one way or another, but we all need to do our work, canvassing, volunteering, phone calls, and everything else. But at the same time, folks, please, please, let's not pretend that we can do this without the help of God. Let's remember, God, bless this guy. Help him, give him wisdom, give him discernment. Bless Max. I pray this way. I say, God, we pray this way. God bless Max. Give him a team, give him good counselors, give him good wisdom, and help us to make a difference. Right? Help us to make a difference. So let's keep the two in perspective, and we're going to see victory. Amen? Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, right here we are with the People's Party of Canada, and it's been a beautiful time today with the leader of this very party, right here, Maxime Bernier. He's here, and it's been a beautiful day. So I have here with me right now Majid Singh Sidhu, which happens to be the national coordinator for the PPC. How are you doing, Mr. Majid? How are you doing, sir? How are you doing?
First of all, hello to my brothers. Beautiful TV program.
Thank you.
So happy to see you guys here.
Thank you.
This is what the People's Party is.
Interesting. Interesting.
Black, white, blue, everybody.
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 I'm telling you.
So this is exactly, I can say that we believe in harmony, compassionate, and on top of it, voice of all the Canadians. Every individual. Once upon a time, I was a liberal.
Really?
Yeah, for 25 years, I stayed as a liberal. But I left that party because of mishandling of the situation, as you know. On the other hand, the Conservative Party is same as evil as liberal. Why I'm saying evil? They do the discrimination for which we have Charter of Rights. But they violate everything. So I joined PPC party because it's a people's party. Anybody can join. We have a very simple message for the community. Please come and join with us because we are talking about your voice. We are talking.
Now, while you're saying that, what comes to my mind is to ask you, what sets the PPC apart from the other
The platform is very simple. They won't raise any tax. They will eliminate your house's equity. For example, your house was $300,000, now it's $1 million. $700,000 is equity. There will be no equity tax on that, which is which will control the housing problem. The artificial boom is there, not the natural, the artificial boom. Nothing can be done. They all are saying the same story. Carney came, Trudeau said that Carney will come and change. What Carney can change? Same member of parliaments, same issues, same things. What are they talking? They're making fool to the Canadians? This time, it's not that we are making a government, but definitely we will be sending our message across the from north.
So what you're telling Canadians today is that Maxime Bernier is the man for.
He is the man who is listening your problems, who is trying to solve your problems, who is. By the way, my leader is here.
Oh, is he? Ladies and gentlemen, we have Maxime Bernier here. Please, let's welcome the beloved leader of the PPC. You're welcome, sir.
Please. Jeff. Yeah, your interview also.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I have with me here, Jeff is here. Jeff In fact, Jeff, when I saw your picture, I was like, oh, my goodness me, handsome man. And I was, when I went closer and I saw Maxim Bernier was sitting there. I said, okay, it's a loaded day. Thank you for coming to Brampton. We are glad having you so much here. How's it been, sir? How's it, Johnny? What are we expecting from PPC? What are we expecting from Maxim Bernier? Because I believe it's a tough contest, right? Because
everything is tough. Everything is tough, but we are there. We have a good team here. And Jeff, you know, I want to tell you a secret.
Okay.
You want to know the secret?
Please do.
Maybe he will be elected before me. I'll be elected at this election. But, you know, I'm looking at his organization on the ground. Everything is great. And so I'm working hard in my own riding in both to be the first one elected, but maybe it will be the second one, I don't know, but it's a nice, you know, it's tight between him and me. But that being said, we won't be the only one.
Yeah.
We have a momentum all across the country. It's going well. We have great candidates. I like what I'm doing. They are fighting for Canada, for Canadians. And, you know, it's a great campaign. It's only the beginning. I'm asking people, you know, go on our website, peoplespartyofcanada.ca, read our platform. If you like it, support us. We have great candidates all across the country. And together, we will do that common sense revolution.
Interesting. Before I ask Jeff one question, I want to just ask you one more question. And I know there's so much about Quebec, right? And there's a lot of expectation. So I want to, what is the major difference that PPC is bringing? Because you were once in a conservative, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
And today you are here, I think, for a good number of years. Now, PPC is here. What should we expect from you? What is the manifesto of... quite a lot can be read online, but I think from the horse's mouth, we want to hear one or two things that Canadians want to know. The black community also want to know. What should we expect if we have Maxim Bernier as the next Prime Minister of this country?
You can expect a guy that will do what I said that I will do. You know, I will always fight for our values, Canadian Western civilization values. I will fight for the people. You can expect that. You can expect to have a smaller government in Ottawa that will give you more freedom, lower taxes. And when I'm saying a smaller government, we need to balance the budget. We will have a balanced budget in 1 year. We will cut $60 billion to be able to give your money back in your pockets. So expect that we won't have any wars with us. We are for peace and prosperity. We will have a trade deal with Trump. You know, we don't want to do a commercial or trade war with the U.S. that we won't win. We will have a pause on immigration. Like that, we'll be able to integrate everybody that came to our party in our society. And after that, we'll open our doors for immigration. But now let's have a pause to fix the problems of that mass immigration in our country. So you can expect a big common sense revolution in Canada.
Interesting. So I want to let you go, sir, because I know you.
To go, yeah.
Now, Jeff, please.
Yes. Yeah.
Just one question for you. Yes. You are the MPP. You're going as MPP for the Brampton.
MP Brampton.
MP Brampton is. And, you know, as a Brantonian, you know quite a lot. And how do you try? What should we expect as regards healthcare? What should we expect as regards security? Do we have a security challenge presently? So, what should we expect from Jeff coming if you become the...
Excellent. First of all, I'd like to thank the Black Community Canada TV. Thank you so much for being here at our campaign rally for the launch.
Thank you, sir.
If you're talking about the healthcare system, my dear friend, the healthcare system is broken. We're off track. We have 12-hour waiting period at the emergency center. Now, with the 750,000 population plus in Brampton, we have only one hospital to serve the entire population. Why the groundbreaking ceremony is happening now during this election time? Why wasn't the hospital built before? We had the funding, but it has not been done. But now it takes another 5 years to build the hospital. It's not going to happen overnight. What's going to happen to all these people who need surgeries? There's a long wait time period for them, over a year, 10 months for the waiting period. People are going out of the country to get the surgeries done. This is not my Canada that I know. The reason being that, with the mass immigration population that has been brought in this country, my friend, we don't have the infrastructure system to hold this mass immigration. Our country don't have the capacity to have this mass immigration. We don't have the affordable housing for all this mass immigration. We don't have the infrastructure for this. We don't have the proper colleges for all the students that's been in this country. With all the high crime rates that is happening. Why? Because these students are jobless. There's no jobs for them. Why is this Liberal government giving 10-year multiple entry visa for visitors to come in this country? You don't need a 10-year multiple visa to come to Canada. My dear friend, it's 30 to 60 days is more than enough to see entire of Canada. What is happening? These visitors, they come in, they stay in this country to 5 months to 5.5 months. They work for cash money. What are they doing here? What are they doing 5 to 6 months in this country? And they go back and they come back again. This got to stop now. Immediately we got to stop this visa issuing for the tourist visa of 10-year, 5-year multiple entry visa. There should be only one single entry visa if you come into Canada. 30-day visa, no more than that. You don't need more than 30 days to see entire Canada.
Don't you think this policy could also be one of the challenges that PPC will have
I think,
going to the election?
No, I think this is something that a lot of people, when I'm going door knocking, I'm hearing from a lot of people out there. People are talking about it because these people, they come out here, they're working for cash money. What is going to happen to our Canadians, youth who is born here? They cannot find jobs today. They did the studies here, they did the colleges here, they cannot find jobs, my brother. We got to look after our citizens first. Our Canadian youth first. We got to put a halt to the immigration system right now. We don't need general laborers anymore. All we need is doctors, professionals to bring in this country.
Interesting. You know, I asked one of your MP candidates, and I was asking this same question regarding immigration. And I was like, you know, looking at Canada has one of the largest landmass all over the world.
Yes.
Maybe the second, right? If I'm not mistaken, after Russia or so.
Yes.
And Canada needs people, right? And don't we think that you know, that would actually also draw a lot on the economy going backward? Because you need more of these people because of the landmass we have. Fine, the population is low, and quite a lot can be harnessed from this nation. Don't you think so?
I agree with you 100%. But the thing is, what are we going to do with this mass immigration which is in this country right now? Are you going to deport them? No. We need to clear the backlog first before we start bringing more immigrants. Get these people back to work instead of having them in the hotels and motels, all the asylums and the refugees we have. Get them to work so we don't, the taxpayers' money doesn't go paying for the asylums and refugees. Give them the work permit. Get them out of the hotels and the motels they're staying in. If they come out from the hotels and the motels or the asylums and refugees, we don't need any more workers right now. These are all general laborers. We need to clear the backlog immigration, my dear friend. What this Liberal government is not doing.
Thank you, Mr. Jeff. It's nice having you.
Thank you.
My name is Prince, and
This is Community Circle.